Have you ever wanted to know about the future, love, dreams, money, sex bodies?
Well, then you're in luck because we read tarot cards.
And we do it seriously.
We know we're being funny, but it's real. Real magic.
We used to be an Instagram live show.
And then a live show in front of an audience.
Yay! And now, a podcast.
So sit back, relax, and trust the process.
Welcome to The Tarot Show. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to The Tarot Show. I'm Dickie Copeland.
And I'm Hannah Garces.
And I, Dickie Copeland, speaking again now, am a Cancer Sun, Capricorn Rising, Pisces Moon.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does this mean?
What it means is having a Pisces Moon is to have a Pisces Moon is to be a lifelong Bjork fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I see her and I understand it. And I'm in awe.
Yeah.
And it's like, and there are songs that I go back to, and it's always the weird ones that I really like.
Yeah.
And the ones where she's screaming.
God, she freaking rocks.
Yeah, she rules.
Ass. Triple Scorpio.
God, that makes so much sense.
A freak. A true, beautiful
No wonder.
freak.
I
No
look
one
at
like
her. I look at her like you look at a solar eclipse.
Yeah.
Like you kind of have to do it askance, but when then you look right on, you're like, it's burning me.
But I can't look away.
Whoa, the structural build of her costume.
Are you happy to be in Paris?
And Hannah, how about you?
I, Hannah Garces, am a Sagittarius Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising.
And what does that mean?
What does that mean? It means that I never want to clean my room, but when I don't, I get really anxious when it's messy.
I'm very familiar with this battle for you.
It weighs on me. It weighs on my spirit.
And when you finally do it, when you do it,
Mm-hmm.
You have such a lightness and a sense of victory.
A new lease on life.
Exactly. We've started over. She's been baptized.
I love when my room is clean, but I hate doing it.
Yeah. That's a tough little pincher to be caught between.
Yeah.
Well, we are doing a little special episode here. We're calling this after the show. It's the after party. Tarot Show, the podcast is, I kind of feel like we're a prism at this point where we're like, we're making these type of episodes and we're making these type of episodes. We have our normal episodes where we read tarot and we talk about tarot and sometimes we have a guest. And then we have those many episodes where we do a deep dive on each of the cards, kind of like a little bit of a refresher for people or learning if they want. Also just good for you and I to really talk in depth about each of the cards as they go. And now we're going to start doing shows, little podcasts that are after our live shows, because that is really the original form of this. Well, it's not really the original form, but it
predates the PCAST.
Let's put it that way. Yeah, we had the Instagram live show first, as we say in the beginning of our little intro music. And we just had a live show on Halloween.
And it was so fun. I think in the future, we're hoping to do this little recap like the morning after the show. But we couldn't do so this time because we both are so dumb and didn't get work off the next day.
Didn't even think to request it off.
No.
Made no plans.
No.
Just jumped into the deep end. And boy, did I pay the price. I don't know about you, Han. Did you pay the price?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus interest. I was hurting for certain.
Yeah, I got physically ill.
Yeah.
So like caught like a nasty cold. Was doing that thing where it's not funny, but you can run around and be like, I have COVID. I have COVID. And just a little joke in the industry over here. Walking on a set. But we thought we'd do a little deep dive of the show, even though, because we still haven't really downloaded each other on where the nights went.
Yes.
Particularly after the show, which is surprisingly the most raucous part.
Yeah.
And the show itself was pretty raucous. We sold it out. Was so proud of that.
So cool.
A a lovely friend of the podcast, Quinn, was working the door at UCB and crammed some extra people in there.
Yeah.
Which is great. Real lovely, like, sort of alley-oop from Quinn.
A friend of the pod for sure.
For sure. And also, too, I feel like the show, well, we did go a little long. Well, your ladies did not give up the stage lightly. It did feel like the audience was with us the whole time. And in fact, everyone afterwards was saying that they thought it went pretty quickly and wanted us to do another reading.
Yeah.
And also too, we end our show. So we do tarot readings for some special guests. At our Halloween show, we did them for
Lou Wilson and Betsy Sodaro.
Ooh. Both good friends of ours from UCB and people we've been on teams with and have performed with, but they just were so lovely. And we do real readings for them as well. And they were very lovely and vulnerable about their actual lives. Lou's girlfriend was in the audience and came down on stage because he did a relationship reading about the both of them. And then we pick a name out of the bucket. This time it was a Mickey Mouse pumpkin that I stole from work. And did a reading for a woman named Janice. And then at the very end, all the names that are still in the bucket, we do speed reads for. So they each get a card and we kind of like, bam, bam, wear a helmet.
Yeah.
Good news is coming. Get over it.
Let her go, Bruce.
Let her go. And so it was all a big success, which was great.
Yeah.
And so I think what we'll do too is we will do blessings and curses like usual, but we'll do them about the show.
Yeah.
Should we get started? Lyle has climbed into my lap.
Well, first we got to cleanse the space.
Oh, we do have to cleanse the space. So you cleansed
with some sage, and now we cleanse our bodies. A little Michelob Ultra.
Yeah.
From the womb
to the tomb.
That's nice.
That is a nice little, the thing about Michelob Ultra is the first one is so nice. I feel like you open it, it's crisp, it's great. You have two of them and you're like, I'm drinking water.
It's transporting me to your parents' house.
Yeah.
And it's an oasis, my safe haven.
Yes.
God, I love them.
I love being in that jacuzzi with a Michelob because it's like you are partying harder than you realize.
Yes.
But it all goes down so smooth.
Yes.
Like hunky.
Hi, hunk.
I just never been more hammered than at my parents' house. And my mom wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
She's like, let's party.
She's an icon.
Yeah. A legend. A Virgo legend.
A Virgo legend. We love her.
So we've cleansed the body with some Michelob Ultra.
So now we're going to do some blessings and curses related to our live show. So I will begin, or you want to go first?
Hannah, how about you go?
Okay. I want to bless the man in the audience of the show who is dressed as the Brawny Man.
I can be your hero, baby.
Oh my God. So we have our beers on stage. I think I tipped over Dickie's beer on the table.
I actually think I tipped it over.
Oh, okay.
That's very kind of you to take the fall.
And I would do it.
And you would. And it was a tall boy, too.
It was a tall boy.
And there's lots of microphones on the table, our cards.
Yes. So the audience is like, and then who comes charging down the stairs but a man who is clearly in a last-minute
Halloween
costume, but he has the paper towels. And the crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
And he comes and he cleans up the mess. It was really beautiful.
Yeah, he stands up in this plaid shirt, and it's like, it's the Brawny Man. And I, from my point of view on the stage, so like we're at like the table, and UCB has sort of like stacked seating. So it's like in the lights, I see a man at the top and he's like blocking out the lights, but he's holding aloft the paper towel roll and he's opened it. So like a square is like out with like both hands. And I'm like, I don't understand what's happening. And then as the audience starts to cheer and he starts coming down, I'm like, oh, he's going to clean up the mess. And he did a really good job.
Did a good job.
And I've never really seen like a response like that. It really was like an organic thing. And again, it's another thing. Everyone always thinks we plan these sort of things.
Right.
But
no,
we're not that good.
If I were that good, I'd be a millionaire.
If I were that good, honey, I'd be Jimmy Kimmel. I'd have my own show on TV.
If I were that genius, I'd be Jimmy Kimmel.
I'd be Jimmy Kimmel. Honestly, if I had that wherewithal, I'd be Jimmy Kimmel.
If I held that kind of cosmic power, honey, I'd be Jimothy Kimball. Wait, Jimmy is short for James. I'd be James Kimmel.
James Kimmel. Phenomenal cosmic power.
Itty bitty living space.
Itty bitty living
Because
space.
those late night sets are smaller than they look on TV.
That's true. So that all the actors look huge.
Yeah.
Old forced perspective, like in Lord of the Rings. I love that blessing. Let's bless this man here. Here's a barbecue lighter we can use to light the little blessing candle.
All right, Brawny man, this one's for you. Come on now.
Oh, there she goes. Got her.
There she is.
Beautiful. May the brawny man, every Halloween from now on,
Oh my God.
recognize his own power.
Yeah.
I am going to bless. Okay, so this is a little bit of a story, but so Hannah and I, to promote the show, one of the things UCB does is they let you host Herald Night, and Hannah and I, and you sort of get to say like, hey, there's a show here tomorrow, blah, 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 and hand out flyers in the lobby. I really liked our approach. We dressed as, you were dressed as like a sexy witch, and I was dressed as a sexy cat. My friend John Potter, another friend of the pod.
Shouts to John.
Shout out to John. Lent me a collar that says bitch in rhinestones. It has like sort of that chain kind of leash with like a little leather handle. And Hannah came out Hannah was holding it, and I was like trotting around. And then, do you remember how we started it?
I think I trotted you around as if you were like my little show dog.
Yeah. And then Hannah said, I'm Hannah, and I'm dressed as a witch. And I said, I'm Dickie, and I'm dressed as a senator. And it got like a much bigger laugh than I anticipated.
Yes.
Because we were just being silly. But then we talked about the tarot show, and we also said we were going to hand out flyers, but only if people wanted them. They couldn't just have them. They had to take them. And then Hannah said, you have to ask for it, you little pigs. Again, got a bigger laugh than I anticipated.
And you know what? And then like pigs lining up for their slop as they left the theater, begging for flyers. We ran out.
Trot, trot, trot.
Trot,
Oink,
trot.
oink, oink.
My little show pigs.
Little show pigs. Yeah, we ran out, and it was great. And I think it really helped the show too. And it really gave off the vibes. I was also dressed in like truly like a garter and stockings and these little like shorty shorts and, you know, little cat outfit with a tail, the whole thing.
So cute.
I thought it was pretty cute. It was like sexy cat, like the sexiest. Like I didn't dress that sexy for that party we went to on Saturday. But the next week after the show, I coach a Herald team. And so I was going back to that Monday night, and I'm coming down the hall, and a girl stops me and she goes, oh my God, I saw you guys host last week. And I was like, oh yeah. She goes, I loved it. God, what a vibe of the show. I wish I could have gone to the show. And I'm like, yeah, the vibes were good. And she goes, and you I thought, wow, she's so confident. I was like, I had been up to that moment like, yeah, cool, thanks. And then I was like quirked my head like a little, you know, like a little chihuahua. I was like, huh?
Repeat it.
Yeah. I just thought, she's so confident.
Oh no.
And I was like, yeah, I definitely felt confident, but I didn't know I needed to feel confident. Like I was just truly organically like, this is fine. And then I was like, wow. I'm like, okay, I guess cool. She's so confident. Oh my God. Confident.
What? Why is that such a patronizing compliment?
I know. Should I be cursing her, not blessing her?
She meant, well, I mean,
because I think what's implied is like confident despite.
Yes.
Despite what you would normally, or just like, I think maybe she was just like, that outfit was maybe it was a little much for her.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a Halloween costume.
Also, we were stomping around out there being
we were stomping around.
Intense.
Yeah.
But
it was also,
so
I think because it was clear it was not about our comedy. It was about how you were dressed and your body. I was sort of like, cool, thank you. And walked on by, baby.
Oh my God.
But yeah, but it really makes me laugh. So I want to bless her, and I hope she gets her own little confidence to maybe it was the leash. Maybe that's what did it.
How did you get so confident to wear a leash?
Oh my God. You let your friend just yank you around on stage?
Also, for anyone who doesn't know us or know what we look like, Dickie is a 5'4",
5'2 3/4".
Oh my God. Okay, so just a tiny little Tinkerbell sprite, and I'm almost a shade under 5'10" moose with dark hair and resting bitch face. So it was crazy. In retrospect, I think it was a little crazy for you to be on the leash.
You called yourself a moose earlier, and I told you I actually think Hannah is the mom from Bambi.
Aww.
That's what I really think is the best description of you.
Thank you.
But if you've got the confidence of a moose,
Moose, how'd you get so confident?
hey moose, just fighting it out up there.
Well, bless that woman.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart. For real.
Yeah.
All right, Dickie, here's the barbecue.
Thanks. This is so great, and it's definitely working. Oh, there it goes. How did that flame get so confident? I thought, wow, so confident.
So confident. That flame really had to dig deep. And haters be damned.
I hope that little cat up there knows that she looks like good.
Like, if I look like that, I could never do that.
I could never do that.
I could never do that if I look like that.
But wow.
Wow.
Cool. I support it.
I support it. Oh my God.
All right. Well, we'll segue into curses. I'll go first. So our show went a little long, and Quinn was the only one at that point who was working the theater there. And so we were helping, they'd put out a bunch of extra chairs on the stage so more people could come in, and he was folding up the chairs, and we were helping to clean up because also we put a lot of production into the show. We bring out like a cooler of beers that's like full of Michelobs for everybody.
Yeah, and it's Halloween and we're the last show. We want just don't be a dick. Help out the people at the theater.
Yeah. Also, Quinn's tall and cute, and I got no problems.
So he deserves extra help.
That's what I think.
A tall, attractive white man. Yeah. That's called being an ally.
I just turn right around and extend a hand just to pull him on up because he could use it.
Yeah.
That tall man. So I'm sticking around, and he's like, he won't let me put the chairs away either, which was very sweet of him. He's like, get out of here. You did a great show, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And so what I do instead is I go into the green room, and it's a mess because there had been 2 shows before. The Cutie Show, which is the non-binary show of all sort of gender non-conforming performers at the theater, which we watched, and
they had a great show. So
it was
funny,
so cute. Ruha was so good. And then there was also another show before that I think was maybe like a more of a bit variety show, but there's lots of people in there, and we had friends too come and watch, and everyone, it just looked like the end of a party.
Yeah.
And I've always been the one on the side of the talent. Yeah. Opening up a little beer I feel entitled to because we never had them when you and I were performing, and leaving it somewhere. And for the first time I saw it through the eyes of, they're not the help because they're paid to work the theater. But, just like, I just was like, like a princess having her like, well, now you got to help clean. And I was sort of like, oh my God, we are animals.
Yeah.
We're animals. I can't tell you how many like Jello shots I threw away. Like those syringes that have Jello in them. I threw a bunch of those away. Someone left underwear on the floor.
No.
From changing.
No.
Yes. Not like nasty underwear, but it was underwear. And I just picked up and threw it away and just was like, don't think about it.
We have to do better.
We have to do better. I need to tell everyone. It feels like the end of A Christmas Carol. I'm like, open your eyes.
Yeah. Drive like your kids live here.
Yeah, exactly.
You maniacs.
So anyways, I just wanted to curse all of us performers.
Yeah.
For really... and it was all of our friendies too. It wasn't even like people that I would normally be like, we're nasty. It was just like, it just accumulates, It's sort of like a metaphor for our world.
Wow.
All of our little trash is accumulating.
Damn.
So that's my curse. I will go ahead and
blow her out.
Yeah. And tell you.
Ow. hot wax.
Oh no,
that's okay.
I blew so hard
That's
that
kind of cool. Now it dried.
it reminds me of how I dropped hot glue on my knee last time I was like do the Valentine's Tarot show. I was making the cooler and still have a little scar.
Oh,
isn't that crazy?
it's crazy.
It's almost like a tarot show tattoo.
Hot glue gets too hot.
It does.
It gets a little too hot.
Way to go out on a limb, Han.
Thank you.
And take a stance.
It's just like I shouldn't be scared of a hot glue gun.
You wield it a little like with respect.
Yes.
You need training before you use a hot glue gun.
Yeah, like a little pastel pink little thing, and it can fuck you up.
With that, like the one it plugs into, like a plug from the 80s, and
Yeah.
you're like, ooh.
Okay, I'm going to curse the dark forces or whoever is out there causing Ronnie Adrian's ankle to be in danger.
The little having it like, I feel like you could hear the cracks in it snapping, like someone walking over twigs, or like when a car drives over like a driveway full of like shells. That's what's going on inside his ankle,
And it's not okay. And whoever's doing that, whatever forces, whatever nefarious. I like to say nefarious with a soft A now. Ever since Craig from Southern Charm said it. Was that the word he said? Weird?
I think so.
Anyway, but whatever, it's nefarious. I know. Okay. Whatever nefarious spirits, demons, ghouls, goblins, warlocks, witches, or wizards are out there trying to do harm to our boy, stop it.
Explain to the listeners what Ronnie does in our show.
Oh, yes. So our friend Ronnie plays one of the spirits that we summon to protect us, a benevolent spirit. And what he does is he walks out, he wears a crazy silver and black wig.
Yeah, it's like not quite Cruella. It's like somewhere between Cruella and a pirate.
Yeah. And he just kind of walks around he just kind of haunts the show. He does not speak.
No.
He has this time he was like carrying like a kind of a big chain.
And he every now and again will like help the vibes of if something's going on stage. He's like come on stage before, but yeah, I think he unnerves the audience in a way that titillates them.
Yes. They are disturbed and beguiled.
And also too, it's so sweet too, because he's one of the artistic directors of the theater.
Yes.
And that he like sort of comes and does our little silly show that goes long where he doesn't even speak. He just sort of like someone put on Instagram in their story a picture of him standing by the bathrooms staring at the wall. And they were like, this is what the ghost does when he's not like out walking between the seats. And he was like committed to the bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He keeps hurting his ankle.
Yeah. And so he told us, he was like, I don't know if I'm going to do the Halloween show because I sprained it again.
And we were like, no worries.
Yeah.
You do not have to do this at all.
No. I was like, you could sit. I think it'd be funny if you sat in a chair and haunted everybody from afar.
Yeah.
Didn't move. You could do that. But he came and he haunted and probably injured himself again.
Yeah.
Maybe we're the spirits. Maybe we're the witches and warlocks then.
Oh shit. Okay. So then, so we're binding no more harm.
Yes.
Protect that ankle. Poor guy.
Great. I wanted to put my hand in the wax so it happened to both of us.
Aww.
But
It's not too late, I think.
all right.
Ooh.
Hell yeah, I got some. And it's still hurting.
Ouch, jolly. Ow.
The part that makes me laugh from our show is how we do different sort of spells to bring out Ronnie's spirit. We used to do Negroni Spagliato with Prosecco in it. And then when he came out, we'd go, ooh, stunning. And this time, Hannah, you had the inspired idea to, should we just see if we can do it for the listeners?
Let's do it.
We haven't practiced it since, but.
So yeah, after we come out on stage, we tell the audience we're going to summon benevolent spirits to protect us. We put our hands together and close our eyes and do this.
Okay, ready?
Okay. Once I make my move, the queen will take me. Then you're free to check the king.
No, Ron, no!
What is it?
He's going to sacrifice himself.
No, you can't. There must be another way.
Do you want to stop Snape from getting that stone or not?
Harry, it's you that has to go on. I know it.
Not me. Not Hermione.
You.
And we tell the audience they can sing along, and we have a video of it, and they truly, by the end, everyone was saying, not me, not Hermione.
Yeah. So yeah, how many people? It was like 120-ish people screaming that stupid thing at the top of their lungs.
I know.
It was exhilarating.
Plus all our friends on the side, and then 7 of us on stage.
Yeah.
It was a moment.
It was a moment in time.
But you know, my favorite moment from the show actually was, Hannah.
But
it was when we were watching the Cutie show on the TV, and it was just you and me in the green room. We had that like hour to kill before.
Oh yeah, because your feet hurt too much from your little shoes to watch, so we had to watch on the monitor.
That is correct.
Poor baby.
I didn't want to become like Ronnie. I was scared. So you and I were sitting on the couch, and the part that I kept messing up in that speech was, Harry, it's you that has to go on. I know it. I kept saying like, Harry, you
have to go on.
You have to go on or something. Yeah. And so you and I just kept repeating that part over and over. And we were just backstage. It was making us laugh so hard. This random part where it's, here, do it with me, Han.
Yeah. Harry, it's you that has to go on. I know it. I know it.
It was just backstage and us saying it like 7 times
over and over.
I know it.
I know it. Just 2 psychos alone in a room, not even looking at each other, like staring blankly ahead.
Also, you dressed as Darth Maul.
Oh yeah.
And me dressed as a storm cloud that actually lights up.
Yeah, your costume was sick. We should talk costumes.
Oh yes, we should talk costumes. The hot glue gun came back into our lives. I wielded it once again. I unlocked it from its safety deposit box and I brought it into our house. And crafted a little storm cloud on a shirt. Like it was like sort of a crop top shirt that I glued lights on, and then glued all this like fake snow over with like little kind of styrofoam balls underneath to make it look like a huge cloud that had thunder in it and had lightning in it. And I thought about putting thunder in it, and then I was like, is it going to sound like I'm farting? Or like my tummy is like, like what's wrong? What's wrong with her? And then these little blue shorties that kind of look like rain and all this stuff. It was really cute. But I love too, Hannah, you had that huge Darth Maul mask. Yeah. It had 2 little slits like above the eyes so you could see out of, but you couldn't see anything.
It was so scary.
And you and I were backstage. We were having our little like, let's breathe together. Like you're like, I've got your back. And like, I'm looking at you, and it's just the Darth Maul mask. And it's telling me, I've got your back. Like, I'm here for you. Like, we're gonna have a great show. It's like breathing deep.
It's so it's like the Darth Maul with like yellow teeth gritted, not mouth closed. It's like looks fucking insane. And I'm inside, and I'm gonna like have a panic attack because I'm so nervous.
God, I know you were feeling it. I could tell.
Yeah.
But it's because like I tell the kids I coach, without adrenaline, you can't have a great show.
Yeah.
You can have a good one, but you can't have a great one.
Yeah.
And I do think that's probably our best show we've done.
Yeah. It was so fun.
It was really fun. And you had the double-sided little
lightsaber.
laser. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that
then
was fun.
You immediately abandoned both once the show started.
Yeah. Which is so that is just so typically me. I hate discomfort.
Yeah. She's a girl. She's gonna abandon her costume right away.
Well, but then I know myself, so I brought little devil horns. So
yeah,
luckily,
and it was cute.
So I think Darth Maul parlayed nicely into devil, so I just put on the little devil horns.
Yeah, and you had that little hot orange eye makeup.
Yeah.
I liked it.
That was fun.
Is there anything else we should talk about? Maybe you should tell the people about how we almost had open flame on the stage.
Yeah, we kind of, so we have blessings and curses where we light and blow out candles. We cleanse the space by like lighting sage. We were gonna do a blood magic spell where we were gonna like prick our fingers, anoint a candle with our blood, and then light it and
manifest something for somebody,
someone in the audience. And but then during tech, we kind of got in a little bit of trouble. And he's like, oh, you're not supposed to, there's no open flames allowed on the stage. And we're like, oh my God, totally.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Even
though we've done it
I was going to say
a lot of times.
3 shows already. Just never really asked anybody and just did it.
Just did it. Open flames. So yeah,
it was funny. Yeah, because you said this thing about staging, and then over the mic, the tech guy was like, "No open flames in the show," and you looked at me, and I could tell you were like, "No, damn it!" Like,
I know. Why did I say anything?
But in my head, I was
stupid?
like, No, this is right.
Yeah.
That bit was too long. We had to cut it. And then we went to Birds afterwards and talking about it. I'm like, no, I'm glad you did that.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad, because the worst part, that guy would have said something, I think, during the show otherwise.
Yeah, I think so.
So, it all happens for a reason.
I love that we spent a year just lighting candles and open flame over like a crazy like polyester black like
Yes.
cloak or whatever, just like da da da.
I'm going to bless my butthole.
Kills 100 people.
They light up like whoosh. And her last words were,
I'm gonna bless my own butthole.
I just want to bless my own butthole. My little butthole. Well, amazing. I think the other part of the show too we can talk a little bit about are the actual tarot readings that happened. Betsy got a little bit, she did the reading for the next year, so we pulled 4 cards, one for each season, to just kind of get a quick overview. And it was very funny, where you also I will take a moment too, you talked about everyone's birth charts, which was really cool, and led to, I think, one of the funnier moments of the show, which is what was it that she had in Libra that I was like, oh, it'd make you were like talking about she sees all sides of arguments.
Yes. Or yeah, she's a Gemini.
That's what it is.
Yes. And she's a Gemini like stellium.
Yes. And so like when there's an argument, she can truly understand both sides.
Yes.
And I said something about how that would probably make her terrible on a jury. And she proceeded to tell this story about how she quote, Mr. Beaned her way out of jury duty once because they called her name and her backpack got stuck in the chair. And so when she tried to get up, it was like this whole like racket and then, like ate shit and the whole thing, and wound up not getting chosen for jury duty, which is really lovely.
Oh my God, that killed me.
That killed me. But then her reading, which I did remember and wrote down here, was for January, February, March, 7 of Wands reversed. And then for the next little season, the 10 of Swords, dun, dun, dun. And after that, 3 of Swords. And then after that, the 9 of Pentacles. So it definitely had a happy ending.
Yes.
With some spooky cards in there.
Yeah.
But I really think that it was about maybe closure of something that needed to finish for her, especially with that 9 of Pentacles at the end, which you and I call
the best bitch card.
Exactly. And so I think next year will be it might be a bit rough, but it's all for a good reason.
Yeah.
And then kind of that thing where, like, if you never spill, then the brawny man can't come down shining from the heavens, right?
Yeah.
So do you have any more to talk about Betsy's reading?
No, it was just really fun.
Yeah.
She's so great. I love her. And just
God,
she's
killed.
so funny. Like, and we pulled those cards that were a little scary, and she's like, because I cut the deck shitty.
Also, she was dressed as a hot dog with sunglasses, and she had her sunglasses up, and she was all scared of it. And she was like, "Oh my God!" Like, because the whole audience too, in the 10 of Swords, they were like, "Oh my God!" And we have like a little camera, so you could see it on the up on the screen, and she was like kind of screaming, and I put her little glasses down on her face so they covered her eyes, and she calmed down immediately. And I'm like, this is why she's so good.
She's so funny.
Just so deeply funny.
One of the greats.
Yeah. And you called her UCB sweetheart. And that really is her title.
Yeah.
And then we had Lou Wilson out.
Sweet Lou.
Yeah. Voice of us.
Oh my God, Jimmy Kimmel. Wow.
Voice of the best version of ourselves. Jimmy Kimmel Live. And he had a relationship reading.
Yes.
And I don't remember all of it, but I do. So it was cute too, because he was like, yeah, my girlfriend is in the audience. Is it okay if she comes down?
Well, it was Causer actually that was sitting in the front row. That was like, bring her up. Shout out to Causer.
Yeah. Who will be
a
little piece of our next show, actually.
Yes. But I could see in my line of vision, Causer being like, bring the girlfriend down. I'm like, you're right. And then that's
producer credit.
And so, yeah, she came down, and she was so sweet. And
sat next to Lou.
Yeah.
And then they were just so lovely and vulnerable and open. And the card we had pulled for her in their relationship spread was like the apprenticey card with 8 of Pentacles, I believe. And she was like, yep, that's me. I have all my Excel sheets spread open. And I was like, I went to 5 of his shows and like nailed him down. And like, sort of, she like got him.
Yeah.
Which was really cute. And then, we had the 10 of swords reversed for them between them.
Right.
But then the 7 of swords, was it reversed or upright? I don't remember.
I think it was upright.
I think
in
so
the future
too.
position.
Yeah, exactly.
And to me, that felt like whatever troubles they're having right now. It's like the solution. You don't have to work so hard.
Right.
You know, it's like you can like like Occam's razor or something. It's like the simplest.
The simplest answer is usually the correct one.
Yeah, so you can just lighten up a little bit.
Yeah, it's gonna work out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't have to work so hard. You can,
exactly.
Yeah.
And also too, I think it might be a little bit of them versus the world.
Yeah. Also, I think they were talking about.
And then she said,
yeah,
we're like, we haven't told anyone yet, but we're gonna move in together.
Right. And I just in his chart talked about a shift. There's a transit in his chart where it's like in his 4th house of. There's like going to be an uprooting.
Yes. And in the card, the 7 of swords, he's carrying 5 of the swords. I was like, can you carry 5 boxes at a time? And he was like, oh yeah, baby. That's how I carry them. Like all at once.
Yeah.
Like, well, there you are, buddy. Moving into your new house.
Yeah. That was cute.
It was cute. And then we pulled for a random person in the audience named Janice. And it was all about, she did a love spread about her ex, and the 2 of Pentacles came up. We told her she's going to make a decision. She better stick with it. At least that's what the cards might be.
Yeah, and the cards were saying this guy's kind of bad news.
I know.
So
and we asked her, we were like, what is his name? And she didn't want to name him, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
We do the same on the pod.
Yeah.
And she decided to call him Dagger, which I thought was so funny.
Yeah.
And so Dagger was her ex, and yeah, he's come back around, but she needs to, I mean, obviously with a name like Dagger,
right.
sheath him, honey. And then the show we pulled it felt like everyone, we must have gone through 90 in the in the speed read.
That's crazy.
We just couldn't get to the end of it. But we finally ended the show really fast. I remember being like, and that's our show, goodbye. And then we left and we had a great time. And then that's where you and I separated.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've got about a half hour into this podcast about the show, but I am excited to take the next half hour or however long it takes. Could be a little bit shorter or whatever. But I'm curious to hear about your night because once I started cleaning that green room.
Yeah.
And you were, the audience will find out, dealing with your car. We lost each other.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to let me know what happened?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, folded up some chairs and was going to load some props and shit into my car.
Yeah, like the cooler and stuff.
Yes. So what we did before the show, I parked my car in like a red curb zone.
Yes.
Put the hazards on, and then we like load in all of our shit through the back door of the theater.
And shout out to Fozzie Bear who helped us.
Fozzie helped us.
He carried all the things he really wanted to as well.
Yes.
He went out of his way to come.
Yes, he's a sweet man. So, we loaded all the shit in, and then, and that was, the show was at 10, and that was at like 8:30.
Maybe earlier.
Earlier at 8.
Yeah.
So loaded all the stuff in, and then I just forgot my car existed.
So the keys were in it?
No.
Okay, just the hazards on.
The hazards on and it was locked.
Got it.
So it sat there in a red curb, shining with the hazards on for like over 3 hours.
Well, yeah, because we got out at like midnight-y.
A little earlier. It was like 11:40 something.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah. And so I'm like bringing the stuff out and I'm like, where did I park my car? And I'm like, I never officially parked it. I just forgot about it, which is so insane. I was so anxious.
Yeah.
So, man, there are like holes in my brain. It's pink and smooth. I can't believe.
What's so funny too is we went in and out so much. I didn't clock it either because I just kind of figured one of those times when we were like setting up on stage or whatever that you went and moved it. And when I saw you come through, like when we were cleaning up and the theater was empty and I saw you come through the curtains and you were like, my car is dead. And I was like, what? Like, I left it with the lights on. I was like, oh my God, Hannah.
So here's where it gets really fun.
Okay.
So because the battery is dead,
Yeah.
my key fob doesn't work. And if you're a listener of the pod, you might remember that I blessed the people who tried to break into my car.
You did.
So that means the one keyhole I have to use like the manual physical key is fucked up because someone
Like
jammed a
jammed it.
screwdriver in there and fucked it up.
Yeah.
So there's no way to get into my car.
Without like breaking a window or something.
Yes.
Jesus.
So then my boyfriend, Fozzie, his cousin, another good friend, we just all started Googling, YouTubing how to break into your own car. And actually, shouts to Fozzie Bear from the Valley. He knew the coat hanger thing.
Yeah.
He went back to the theater. Quinn hooked him up with the coat hanger.
That was a fun little Rashomon where I saw like Quinn was like, well, I was looking for a coat hanger. I was like, what?
Came out, he got the coat hanger and he almost popped it a couple times. It was really hard. And then his cousin had like doing like the duct tape trip, but where you like tape a grid on the window and then like pull. It doesn't really work on like newer cars. I drive a 2014 Kia Soul. So it's black. She's cool. She's dorky, but she's my girl and we've been through a lot together. So like we're just like sitting there and then I'm like, oh, let's just call AAA. And then he's like, no, I can do this. I'm like,
Very Fozzie Bear.
yes. And he was like, this is fun.
Capricorn.
Yeah, he is a Capricorn. Very much. And it was fun. And also it was just kind of fun. And then our friends like Casey and Graham came out and they like snuck out like canned beers from the bar so we could drink on the side of the road and like break into my car.
Yeah.
So that's what I spent like 2 hours doing until we finally gave up and like called AAA. AAA came in immediately, was like, that's why that doesn't work. That's why he had like the cool little like balloon thing.
Oh, dang.
It was sick. He broke right in, started her up. She was fine. And I didn't set a foot into Birds. Didn't see a single soul other than the few people that came and like
came around,
helped get my car. But it was very funny and stupid. And I think happened for a reason. Like Waisaki was there.
Yeah.
Shouts to Waisaki.
Yep.
And he was like, dude, this happened for a reason. You were gonna drive home and you were gonna die.
I have to believe him.
And I think he's correct. He's
Yeah.
a sage boy.
Yeah. Yeah. And also too, I mean, it did sort of save you which are not hard duties, but the hosting afterwards of all the people that came and like sort of like the constant social stimulation that happens after you and I go through probably the most stimulating event of our lives, which is doing the show.
Yeah.
Can be a little bit, not much, but it's just it's part of it.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, it's overwhelming in like a joyful way.
Yes.
And it was funny because you and I were texting and I was kind of like, I want to sneak out there. And there was like just a line of people to get through. And I'm literally in a shirt that's glowing.
Yeah. There was no
sneaking out. But I saw like, it was funny. I saw like Casey and Graham go and then come back. And then you and I were texting. And what happened for me on my side was after cleaning, went to Birds, saw like the team I coach came and Casey and Graham and my old coworker Sam and Janice, the girl that got the reading, and like a bunch of people from the show and all that stuff. And it was great, and was having drinks, and a bunch of people bought me drinks, which was lovely. And was sitting down, and also my ex-boyfriend came and saw the show. Yeah, which it was funny because in the spirit of Fozzie Bear, it's like the name for him that we tend to call him is Chemex boyfriend, because he uses a Chemex. He's like a barista. And so Chemex boyfriend came to the show, and it was cute because I remember when you and I were walking into Birds at first, or like I was dropping you off, I think. Maybe you were going to, I forget why we were walking around.
Was it because I said hi to Nikki and Henry out front, and then
that's what it was.
I had to run back
and then went back to the car.
Yeah.
And you were saying that you saw him in the audience. He was like sitting behind Fozzie Bear.
Yes.
And it was really lovely to see him and see all my other friends and John, the guy that lent us the bitch leash, everyone, and we were having drinks and stuff. And then when you texted, like I was texting you, and you were like, yeah, maybe try to find another ride because AAA is like right here and they're popping it now. And I had still yet to close out and all that stuff. And I said that out loud, and he was like, I'm going to take you home. Woo. And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
And then he did. We dropped off John, and then he drove me home. And then we parked up like above the house, and we were kind of just talking, you know, about like old relationships. The cats have the zoomies. They're like, oh, I can't believe you're talking about this. They're like, great, get a lawyer. Delete it. But not me, no care. My Venus is in Leo. I don't care. And also it was all good. It was like not bad. It was nice. It was like a nice little, it had that little charge. The night had like a little charge to it.
Yes. Well, I will interject to say that I did watch Chemex watch you.
Oh.
And I could see it was very, yeah, there was a lot of admiration.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
When someone, because he's a performer too.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I didn't see it. I was just blissfully like, you know, staring into the brawny man in the sky or whatever. And definitely like blacking out during the show.
Mm-hmm.
And we parked and we saw you and Fozzie come home with McDonald's and get out of your car and go down. And we were like parked in the car kind of behind. And we just sort of like were talking about, you know, being there for a friend of ours who's having like maybe a tough time, and you know, just like, can we be friends or not? Can we like hang out or not? And you know, this light conversation like that.
Wow.
But we talked in the car until like 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
I know. And then I like stumbled into the house, and on the scent of the McDonald's, it like pulled me in.
Yes.
And then which you were sweet to, I think, purchase me a little cheeseburger.
But then I ate it.
Yeah, because I was nowhere to be
I was
found.
like, she ain't coming home. I'm eating this.
That is the best choice. I want that known, and in my last will and testament, like, please eat the cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And so I come in at like 4, and I'm also, by the way, I was covered in little jewels that I glued onto me, like my hands, my like all over my eyes and eyebrows, to be like rain for the storm cloud costume. And so I'm like, do I sleep in these or wipe these off? But then remembering I've slept in those little jewels before, but then your eye makeup can get into the glue, and then you get like a weird little like spot that's really hard to get off that is like black, and you look crazy. You just look like muddy or something. And so I was like, I gotta get these off. And so I'm like kind of like just wiping them off my face in that way where you're like, I feel like I'm giving myself wrinkles, like pulling my like delicate eye skin. But it was okay. And like, you know, taking them off and then climbing to bed, and then was still just truly vibrating from the show and the whole night and your car and all of it. And so I was just like lying in bed with like eyes fully open, probably eyes fully dilated, just like still in the show. Do you know what I mean? And like got maybe an hour of sleep, and then it was the alarm, and I was already eyes open.
Yes.
Just like clicked it off, got up and went to work.
Oh my God.
I know.
How are we supposed to just go to work after the nights especially you did this crazy show and then talked with your ex-boyfriend that you are not, it's not like you guys are close buds.
No, yeah, we don't really
like fine, but it's like crazy. You talked in your car till 4 a.m.
We're amicable.
Yeah.
We're amicably split.
Yeah.
Like we share our friends like a little child. And but it was nice to have a nice conversation and stuff.
Yeah.
But it definitely was a lot.
Yeah.
And also too, I feel like, you know, sometimes there's that little energy you get when something like that happens where you're like, am I hot? You know what I mean? Like you can like lose sight of it sometimes, and then you're like, maybe I am hot.
Yeah, of course you are. Duh.
And my confidence came rushing back.
And it's like, wow, girl, you're so Chica. You're so confident.
Chica, hold this latte. You're so confident.
So confident, Chica.
Wow, I love your leggings. You're so confident. Chica, get right in that target. You
girly
look
pop. You're hot as hell, and you're so confident.
But yeah, it was just like a nice little boost.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just a crazy night. And then at work I was like, I'm a corpse. I'm a walking corpse. Put me in my little casket. But went through work, and also too, I thought I was gonna tell everyone at work, and I didn't really.
Yeah.
Except AVP, my best my work husband, who shares the office next to mine. So every time I sneeze in the office, he says "bless you" from his office, and it's like, it really makes me laugh because I never sneeze on purpose, obviously, but he never misses a beat. And he came in, and I was like, he was like, whoa, he came bounding in. He was like, tell me about the show. What happened? I was like, I cannot believe. Literally looking at him, I can't believe. A la Ken Todd from Vanderpump. I can't believe
Tom Sandoval
had Raquel over or whatever in the jacuzzi, in the hot. I need to look up exactly what I just always say. I can't believe.
I can't believe
Tom Sandoval. Like says it all weird. Anyways, it was a wild night, and then like 2 days later, I was like, "How come I have a cough?" Huh? That's weird.
That's really weird.
Oh well. How come I feel off? Oh well, my circadian rhythm is like in like needs to be jump started. You know what I mean?
Yep. Your nerves are fucking shot. Yeah. Emotional highs.
My eyes still dilated.
Yes.
Never came back to normal. Really needed to clang the bell. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was my night. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I forgot, but probably not.
No, that's crazy.
It was a blast. And I will tell this one part. I will tell this one part. I told him, I was like, I can't kiss you because one of my little beloveds that bought me a shot, they know, I told them that tequila Don Julio Añejo is my favorite, and they bought me a little tequila shot, but then when I drank it, it was mezcali. Not mezcali. It's like California mezcal. It was just mezcal -ly. There was like a strong mezcal-ness to it. It was like smoke. Yuck. And then also Cottonmouth from the show. And no water.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'll never kiss you tonight, just so you know. Because like there's no worry of that. Because it's like, my breath's bad.
It's a campfire in here.
This is crazy what I did to myself. I'm a full dragon. I am Smaug. And you cannot come near this. I will not do this to us.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that's why we talk so long. Oh. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 'cause no kiss.
But yeah, nothing happened. What? Because first off, it shouldn't. And secondly, I was nasty, dressed all cute, but with crazy inside the body. Maybe we'll cut that out.
No, I think it's funny.
Yeah, I never cut it out. How many times on this podcast am I? We'll cut this.
We'll edit this out.
And then just too lazy to go into Adobe Audition and who cares?
Who cares?
He also, that's the one thing that's nice about Kim ex-boyfriend is he knows I got a mouth on me. I be telling people.
Yeah. He loves it.
He does love it. Also too, it's like, it's never bad stuff. It's always like, isn't this crazy?
Yeah.
It's just ring the bells. I can't believe. Well, the great news is we sold that show out, so we're doing another one. Yes. UCB already locked us into our next one. Do you want to tell the people when it is?
Yes, it is on Valentine's Day, which is, I believe, a Wednesday.
It is at February 14th
at 10 p.m. at the UCB Theater on Franklin.
Yeah,
Los Angeles.
In Los Angeles, baby. The show will probably go up like in the new year. They'll put a little link so you can actually buy tickets and stuff. But we'll promote that as we get a little bit closer.
Yeah, and our last Valentine's show was so fun.
It was
that was probably my second favorite show.
Yeah, because we only do love readings.
Yeah,
which is great. And we'll probably do that little blood spell at that show.
Yeah,
if I have my way.
Yeah.
And if we can get away with,
I think we got one more open flame in us.
Yeah, we'll be sneaky about it this time.
Yeah,
and then only burn a little bit.
Yeah,
and then if you want to find us in the meantime, you can find us on Instagram. Dickie Copeland at Dickie Pants.
And Hannah, that's me. What am I talking about? Okay.
What am I talking about?
You can find me, Hannah, on Instagram at Harnargargar. Stupid.
I liked when you had your Twitter that was at Puking Crone.
Yeah.
She was cute.
She's still up there. You can follow at Puking Crone and look through my greatest hits.
On X.
On X. On Elon Musk's X.
Ew. Sorry. That's because I stayed up talking to Kevak's boyfriend. Breathing fire in the front seat. You can't kiss me. Like covered in jewels. You can't kiss me. I won't kiss you. No, Ron, you can't. And you can follow the Tarot Show on Instagram at the Tarot Show 444. Mm-hmm. And eventually we're going to get a Patreon together. Yeah. Eventually we'll get our shit together. Right now we have a secret one. It's just not really put together, and only Jessica Jean Jardin follows it. She gives us $5 little every month. Love her. And so we cater our posts directly to her at this point.
Yeah. I literally an episode description for her is like, hey, Jess, have a safe flight. You can listen to this on the flight if you get bored. Okay, see you later.
Okay, see you later.
Saw a cute manicure on Instagram. I'll send it to you.
Love you, Chica.
Love you, Chica.
I don't know that we'll ever change that. It really tickles me. But one day we will.
Yeah.
And I guess that really, wow, look at us. 54 minutes.
Wow.
It feels like we talked for forever, but I think it's because I relived the night.
Yes. So fun.
So fun.
So fun. So crazy.
I can't wait to do it in 3 more months.
Yeah.
Just do it all over again.
It's going to be fun.
Get wild with it.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, we love you.
We love you. And we're with you.
From the womb to the tomb. The clangs of the beer. Just like shallow aluminum crumpling.